Saturday morning thoughts. I'm AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for some of the best, authentic, doing it live from the hip content from your boy. I do everything, man. I talk about politics. I do my workout videos in the morning, a day in the life, motivation, inspiration, and there's no gimmicks here, none at all. I just talk about what I have going on and hit the record button. That's it. So, with that being said, let's get to it. So it's Saturday morning, and before I make my coffee, eat my breakfast, feed the dog, I like to sit in my living room and reflect. What am I reflecting on? Where I came from, where I'm at, and where I'm going. Now, mind you, when you're in your 20s, you in grind mode, and your 20s go by fast, very, very fast. And before you know it, you're 30. 30 starts slowing down a little bit. It gives you some clarity. You start reflecting back to your teenage years and to your 20s because your 20s are the most important decade in your life, no matter what anybody tells you. Your 20s. Because your 20s is where you're supposed to be getting it out the mud, eating shit, grinding, nonstop. You have all of the energy in the world to work extra hours or study extra hours, whether you're working a 9 to 5, you're in trade school, or you going to college. You have all of that energy to get it done. And that is going to dictate, honestly, the rest of your life and how quickly you reach your level of success or how slow you slow it down. So your 20s are extremely important. And I always reflect back on my 20s because in my 20s, I was that guy that worked crazy hours. Some days I slept at work. That's how on a mission I was. That's how my grind was. And it still is. I'm not going to sleep at work now because I can't do that. But it allowed me to level myself up to the point to where I'm at now. So for 5 years straight, man, I slept on an air mattress. And everybody done slept on an air mattress and knows how uncomfortable air mattresses are. Especially when you have a hole in it and it deflates on you in the middle of the night and you got to air that bad boy back up. I think about that when I sit here because this is my living room, right? Got high ceilings, it's a pretty decent house, okay? Very, very decent house. 1,500 square feet, and I love it. And I got it by myself with zero help. Back there, that's just the projector, okay? And it gives me a moment of clarity to understand what it took to even get here. And I think everybody, regardless if you're in a 4,000 square foot house or 1,500 square foot house like I live in, or even in your apartment or townhome, you got to take that time to reflect on where you're at, what you've been through, and where you're going. Because as you know, we live in a crazy, delusional world right now where, men think that they can do what women do. Women think that they can do what men do. People are out of order. Since the pandemic, nobody really wants to work and get out there and get to the money like we were doing before that. So we have to get to a level of realization so we don't get infected by all of the delusion that's going on right now. Because when you start acting delusional, your life is going to start crumbling, falling apart. You're not going to have it together. You're going to end up getting lost in the sauce, and you're going to lose those values that hopefully you grew up and was groomed to have by your parents. And I cannot afford to do that because I'm a sole provider. It's just me and my son here and the dog, of course. And I don't have time to live in delusion. I got bills. I just paid my mortgage yesterday, just paid my credit card off yesterday, and I got to get ready for my peak season. So nobody has time to twiddle their thumbs, be a victim, or be in a victim mindset forever, because life will pass you by. So sit down and have that moment of clarity with yourself. Be grateful that you got to the point to where you're at, because only a few people have been able, to swim up, to your mother's womb and even be born, or even make it to the point to where you're at an age right now. You should be grateful for the fact that if you have kids, that you're able to have kids, because there's people out there that can't have children, okay, because of medical conditions, medical issues. So that moment of clarity must be had. And I would say you should do it every single week. And if you don't, find time to do so, because it's extremely important. Because if you don't know where you came from, or you forget where you came from and where you're currently at, or if you make it, you could forget about not only the people who was riding with you from the beginning when you had nothing, but it'll turn you into a narcissistic, evil person that you don't want to be. Because nobody wants to be around the person who only thinks about themselves, that's extremely selfish, and that's bad energy. And you don't ever want to have that type of energy. All right? That is my Saturday morning cook up. It's really about clarity, man. We have to have it no matter what. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, click the notification bell. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.